Hi everyone, once again live from day 2 at the 10th Annual Data Innovation Summit in Stockholm. I'm very happy to be here with Angelo Rivano, who is Specialty Director Europe North at Dell Technologies. And we are very happy to have him as one of our keynote speakers who presented yesterday. And welcome, Angelo. It's our pleasure to have you with us today.
Thank you. It's great to be here.
Angelo, I would like to ask you regarding your keynote session. You talk about the synergy between creative thinking and data science. So, would you like to share with us how do you see data scientists blending technical expertise with creative innovation when it comes to business?
Yeah, I mean, like we said in the talk yesterday, I think that we underestimate how much creativity we already put into play in data science. A lot of the discipline is about being able to, go into those pools of dark data and find key bits of information that are going to be useful to the business. And sometimes that request is coming from the business, but far more often what we're seeing is it's the data scientists that are innovating and understanding what it is the business is going to need to see. And that was kind of the point of the talk yesterday was, expanding further on that creativity, using innovation and not being afraid to publish out data products that might be interesting to people in order to spark their innovation as well.
Thank you for sharing that, and I believe that every attendee who was listening to your presentation found your talk engaging. So thank you for sharing that. My next question would be, you have experience in roles like CTO and CISO. So you have one unique perspective, I would say, on the tech and security challenges that some companies might face. So I would like to ask you, how do you balance innovation and also ensuring data and systems remain secure at the same time?
Yeah, I mean, it is a big challenge these days. I think a lot of our systems, we're very familiar with the paradigms around security for them, and we understand how they're going to be used and which ways they'll be implemented. So we have good control mechanisms, good governance around those systems. What we're seeing in a lot of the new use cases, certainly around new ways that data are being used, is that we do need to innovate. It's very important to do new things, but we don't have the systems and the governance in place around those platforms because they're new to the business. They're new ways of working. My recommendation to customers is always don't try and get everything defined before you start building out these systems. The kind of skunk works, innovation labs, that's where we see customers really beginning to understand the kind of compliance and governance that they need to put in place. So my recommendation to customers is often get started as early as possible with safe and secure data sets that you know can be used and are very low risk, and you will begin to learn those methodologies and governance that need to be put in place in order to get to the same kind of security levels and safety levels that we're used to already in the rest of the business. So get started, that's the way to do it.
Thank you for that, Angelo, as well. And my next question would be regarding your company. Dell Technologies plays a major role when it comes to helping organizations accelerate innovation. And regarding this, from your perspective, how can businesses leverage data science, and how can they get the most impact and value out of it?
Yeah, I mean, I can speak to how we've used our data science team and data within Dell, to deploy our own internal use cases. The one thing we can say is that we already have an awful lot of data in our business that we're using to make business decisions. I think a lot of people are afraid of the amount of data preparation that needs to be done to get going with some of these outcomes. But we have good data already that we use daily to make decisions. What we've done at Dell is we've empowered the humans inside our business to use that data in effective ways. So a lot of the early use cases, a lot of the most effective use cases have been about exposing the data in ways which are much more friendly to the human to consume, right? And this is where language models come in, become very useful, because now I can interact with the same data that was already available to me in ways which matter to me, in communication forms that matter to me. What data science can now do, of course, is to expose more data sets that previously might have seemed a little bit more abstract, but because they're being presented out behind these platforms that are more human communicative, it gives us easier access to the data. So it's going to drive more innovation for sure. Yeah.
Thank you for providing such valuable insights. I'm very sure that whoever is listening to this talk will find them valuable, especially people who work within data science. I would also like to ask you to make one prediction. So I think it's very interesting to hear people talk about what the future might bring. So when it comes to the next couple of years, let's say 3 to 5 years, for example, if you could make one prediction, so in terms of developments in your field, what would you expect to see?
Expect to see is maybe a bit strong. What I would hope to see is more of the kind of innovation that we were talking about yesterday on the keynote, right? I hope to see more companies making more of the data available to humans in ways that they can consume, in the hope that that will drive more innovation. The kind of outcomes that I want to see in the world, that are going to come out of these data products and these initiatives are the kind of outcomes that we won't even notice in our day-to-day life. We won't realize that they're there, but they will be things which in small incremental ways are improving humanity's way of living, improving our general existence, and anything that connects us better through that sharing of data is obviously a good thing as well. So that's my hope. Whether it'll happen, of course, is down to all of us, right? It's the way we implement these systems that will decide whether we get the good outcome. It's the road to utopia or Armageddon is down to us. Yeah.
The future is exciting, and I think you would agree with me on that. Thank you very much. And to finish this talk today, can you describe the Data Innovation Summit in one word?
Inspiring. Yeah.
Inspiring. Thank you very much, Angelo.
Thank you.